The Hornets will receive the opening kickoff, and they will defend the north end zone. Black Tigers will be defending the south. Okay, we'd like to get started. We have a fantastic group of seniors here tonight. I know we're close to getting ready to kick it off. First, we're going to announce our Suburban League champion, 5th place state competition finisher golf team from the ladies. Whenever they're ready. Okay, we'd like to get started with the girls' golf first. Coming out is Caroline McKendry. She's escorted by her parents, David and Tara McKendry. She's looking to attend Belmont, University of Miami, or Michigan, that school up north. She's going to major in commercial music, and her favorite team memory included all of the van rides to and from all the tournaments. Advice to her underclassmen are to enjoy the time you have while playing, be grateful for every moment. She'd like to thank Coach Becker, Coach Chester, Coach Arbor, and her parents for all of their support. Carolyn McKendry. Next we have Allie Miller. Allie's escorted by Jared and Laura Miller. She plans to attend Malone University and to play golf and study nursing. She's going to major in nursing, as I mentioned, and she enjoyed also the van rides to and from the golf state tournament and staying in a hotel with her team her junior year. Her advice to underclassmen is to find something you love and work very hard at it. Enjoy every moment possible. She'd like to thank Coach Becker, McKendry, and all golf coaches who have coached her, her parents, family, friends, and teachers. Marabella Shelton is the next person. She's escorted by parents Doug and Melissa Shelton. Her plans are to attend college somewhere, hasn't decided yet, and major in business. Her favorite team memory was going to Dayton and staying at the hotel for last year's states. Her advice to underclassmen would be to cherish every moment because it goes by fast. She'd like to thank her parents, Coach Becker, Coach McKendry, Coach Chester, and her teammates for the unconditional support throughout her high school career. Marabella Shelton. Then we have Miley Tylicki. Chad Tylicki, father, and Christine Tylicki, the mother, are escorting her. She plans to attend college where she hasn't decided on where, but she's going to major in biology. Her favorite team memory was when the team would sing together on the van rides. Her advice to underclassmen would be take advantage of every opportunity, and she'd like to thank all the folks that helped her, including her amazing parents, coaches, and teachers. Miley Tylicki. Kate Vickerman. Kate is escorted by her mom, Karen, and her dad, Jeff. Post-graduation, she plans on attending Ohio Northern University to study early childhood education with a minor in intervention specialist. She will also continue to play golf at the collegiate level for Ohio Northern. Her favorite team memory includes the Starbucks runs and the van rides, and her advice to underclassmen is if you work hard and put your mind to anything is possible, you might even surprise yourself along the way. She'd like to thank every single one of her golf coaches, Coach Martin, Arbor, Chester, Becker, Mike Emery, and her dad. She'd also like to thank her parents and brother for always believing in her and participating in all of her crazy endeavors. And by the way, happy 18th birthday, Kate. Let's move on to the girls tennis. Also the Suburban League champs. The doubles teams qualified for the state. And it starts off with Sarah Kelly. Sarah's escorted by Ben and Carrie Kelly. She hasn't decided on where she plans to go to college, but she's leaning towards finance or accounting. Her favorite memory include food stops after matches. Advice to underclassmen is to enjoy every moment because it goes so fast. and she'd like to thank her parents and all her coaches. That's Sarah Kelly. Elise Mancini. Elise is escorted by Ryan and Bridget Mancini. She's undecided about where to go to college, but she thinks she wants to major in education. Her favorite team memory was winning our 10th Suburban League in a row. Advice to underclassmen is try not to put too much pressure on yourself, and she'd like to thank her coaches, parents, teammates, and doubles partners Sarah Kelly and Vanessa Deming. Elise Mancini. Let's go to the girls cross country. The boys were Suburban League champs, and for the girls cross country, they will compete tomorrow in the regional final in Boardman. So please wish them luck when you catch them. Starts off with Mackenzie Lahoski. Mackenzie's escorted by Dave and Heather Lahoski. She plans to pursue what makes her happy, which is very good advice. She's going to Kent State, and her favorite team memory included when she achieved her first PR in cross country. Advice to underclassmen is stay active and don't compare your journey to anyone else's. She'd like to thank her parents, Grandma, Aunt Mo, and everyone who has supported her along her journey. Mackenzie Lahoski. Having trouble, turn the page. Be right there. Okay, Julia Madison. She's escorted by her mom and dad, Carrie and James. Post-graduation plans including attending OU or BGSU. She's going to major in nursing, and her favorite team memory was getting lost in the woods with Ava freshman year, then going back senior year and getting lost again. Congratulations, Julia. Her advice to underclassmen is enjoy every opportunity you get, but don't know when it could be your next. Last. Thank you to Devin Lippincott, her teammates, and family for supporting her all these years. Julia Madison. Ava Palante. Ava is escorted by her parents, Lisa and Giovanni. She plans to attend college, currently undecided where, but her top choice is the University of Michigan or Auburn. She's going to major in biochemistry or medical laboratory research. And her favorite memory was getting lost in the trails behind the visitor lot freshman year with Julia and struggling to find their way back. Well, thank God they made it. Advice to underclassmen is every competition has an impact on your season, so take them all seriously, but don't lose love for your sport. She'd like to thank Coach Lippincott, Leiden, and Farr and helping her achieve the mentality she has today. Her parents for providing her with the opportunities to have taken part in this team, and her teammates for always being her #1 supporters. Ava Palante. Now the boys cross country. Ben Boggs is our first one. He's escorted by Josh and Julie Boggs. He plans to attend college where he's going to major in mechanical engineering. His favorite team memory is Sunday long runs and stopping at the end for corn on the cob. Learn to enjoy the sport of running and continue for the rest of your life is his advice to underclassmen. And he'd like to, thank his coaches, Leiden and Lippincott, for their expertise and support. Coach Farr for keeping track of splits each meet, and his fellow band members who run with me early Friday practices, and his parents. Ben Boggs. Braden Schwisser. Come on, Braden. Help me out there. Sorry for butchering that name. His plans are to attend the University of Alabama, where he's going to major in mechanical engineering. His favorite team memories was playing football after team dinners each Friday. His advice to underclassmen is you'll never regret working hard in the future, but you will regret skipping hard work when it's too late. I'd like to thank his parents for always supporting him every season, Coach Leiden for 4 years of hard work, and his teammates for making practices fun. Good luck, Braden. Wesley Shaw. Wesley's escorted by his parents, Jeffrey and Marcy Shaw. He plans to attend the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and he's going to major in pre-med biochemistry. His favorite team memory included running his last cool down with the other seniors after winning their second Suburban League championship in a row. His advice to underclassmen is find something to appreciate in everything and learn to do things for yourself. I'd like to thank Mom and Dad and family, friends, teammates, coaches, and himself for never giving up. Wesley Shaw. Now our cheerleaders. Lauren Avarello is escorted by Brian and Barb Avarello. She plans to attend Liberty University, where she's going to major in finance. Her favorite team memory included playing Lover's Leap at practice with Chloe. She always remembered there is someone looking up to you, is her advice to underclassmen. She'd like to thank her friends, family, teachers, young life leaders, and God. That's Lauren Avarello. Anna Broadwater is next. Jody and Matthew Broadwater are her escorts. She plans to attend college, but she doesn't know where, but she thinks she wants to be a nurse. Her favorite team memory included the team dinners before every home game, and her advice to underclassmen would be enjoy every moment because high school goes so fast. Get involved, make memories, but most importantly, stay focused on your goals, but don't forget to have fun along the way. She'd like to thank her mom, dad, and sisters for always being her #1 supporters, and to Coach Keeling as well. Also, thank you to her best friend, Bree, for being with me through every step of high school. Anna Broadwater. Reagan Clark. Reagan's escorted by Jennifer and Scott Clark and Levi Clark. She plans to attend college, where she's going to major in physical therapy. Her favorite memory included going to team dinners at the girls' houses before each game. And her advice to underclassmen is do not take anything for granted, have fun, and make unforgettable memories. She'd like to thank her family, friends, teachers, and coaches. Reagan Clark. Michaela Crum. Jessica and Eric and Evan are all escorting Michaela. She plans to attend Penn State University. She's not sure what she wants to study yet, but her favorite memory included getting ready together before games, cheering for home games. She'd like to advise her underclassmen to try your best and make every day count. She'd like to thank her family for their encouragement and support. Michaela Crum. Reagan DeMoss. Reagan is escorted by her parents, Greg and Lindsay, and her siblings, Hudson, Harrison, and Sutton. Post-graduation, she plans to attend college, where she thinks she wants to study nursing. Her favorite team memory included getting ready before the games together and having team dinners. Her advice to underclassmen would be don't give up on your dreams and have fun. It goes by fast. She'd like to thank her coach, her family for supporting her and always being there. Reagan DeMoss. Chloe McPherson is next. Brian and Ashley Martinez are escorting Chloe. She plans to attend Florida Atlantic University, where she's going to major in business. She enjoyed playing Lover's Leap with Lauren, and her advice to underclassmen would be don't be afraid to try new things and enjoy every moment. She'd like to thank her parents for always being at every game and believing in her. Their presence is always noticed and appreciated. Chloe McPherson. Natalia Pirro. She's escorted by her parents, Sandra and David. Her post-graduation plans include attending the University of Akron and hopefully be on their cheer team. She's going to major in communications, and her favorite team memory included attending or getting captain with her 2 best friends, Reagan and Chloe. Advice to underclassmen would be always show up to practice with a great attitude and determination. She'd like to thank her parents for all the time and dedication, Ray for always bringing my cheer shoes or palms when she forgot them, and lastly, my favorite coach ever, Miss Keeling, for always helping me and being by my side. Natalia Pirro. Alexandra Russell is escorted by Melissa and Dennis and Tyler, her brother. She plans to attend college and become a pediatric traveling nurse, where she's going to major in nursing, obviously. Her favorite cheer memory was winning comp cheer in 6th grade and being able to have her mom be the director throughout her youth years. Advice to underclassmen is to enjoy the process. It may feel like you're just going through the motions, but enjoy it because it really goes by fast. You never know when it could be your last time doing what you love. She'd like to thank her family for always supporting her in whatever she did with her stunts, tumble coaches, and always helping her reach new heights. Alexandra Russell. Mia Sullivan, hey. She's escorted by Michelle Sullivan and Dan Pavlik. Her post-graduation includes to work in the field of cosmetology that she is currently gaining hours towards. Almost has her cosmetology license at Medina County Career Center. Her favorite team memory is she has too many. All the games they played during the cheer practice, like Chicken on the Hill with Reagan D. Advice to underclassmen is always be yourself. Take chances and make the most of your high school years because it goes by really fast. She'd like to send out a huge thank you to her parents for always being proud and supportive of her every way. Thank you to Coach Keeling for being a great coach and making cheer so fun. You help make our team feel like a family. And thank you to my family for making our last year in high school so amazing and unforgettable. I love you all. Savannah Waddle is escorted by her parents, Paul and Wendy. She's undecided about her future, but she'd like to mention her favorite memories included getting ready with the girls before the game. Her advice is work hard and have fun. And she'd like to thank Mrs. Golden, Mrs. Caval, and my family for all the encouragement and support. That's Savannah Waddle. It's before that. Let me get him going. Here.
We're looking for Carson.
First of all, we got on the football team, Cody Bendow. She's escorted by his mom, Stacy, and stepdad, Nathan. Post-graduation includes to attend The Ohio State University, where he's going to major in medicine. His favorite team memory included beating Aurora 34-0 last year to win the Suburban League title and celebrating with his teammates afterwards. Never take any moment for granted is his advice for underclassmen. You only get so many opportunities to play with your best friends in front of your community. Be a kid and have fun. He'd like to thank his mom and stepdads for supporting him along the way, and a special thanks to his grandpa for never missing a game and being my biggest supporter. Cody Bendow. Drew Divis is next. Drew's escorted by his mom and dad, Gwendolyn and Mark Divis, and his sister Julia Divis. He plans to attend John Carroll and major in business and finance. His favorite team memory included the intense workouts at Hutch Saturday mornings. His advice to underclassmen is stay consistent and continue to strive to do better. I'd like to thank Mom and Dad for always believing in him and Hutch for pushing him to be better. Drew Divis. Nick Dubkowski. Big Nick is escorted by Mom and Dad, Jay and Beth. He plans to attend college, but he hasn't decided where. His favorite team memory included stretching line conversations, I think that's stretching, with Coach Meyer and Coach Nettles. Situations, as advice to underclassmen, situations are only as bad as you let them be. Make the most out of every moment because you don't know when it will be your last. Don't underestimate yourself because you don't know your full potential. He'd like to thank his parents, coaches, friends, and family for the support throughout the years. Nick Dubkowski. Tommy Fern. Tommy's escorted by Brian and Carrie. His post-graduation plans to go somewhere at college, and he's going to study mechanical engineering. His favorite team memory included attending his first lineman cookout at Brody Davis's house and realizing how awesome they are. His advice to underclassmen is don't take any moment for granted, and it'll be over before you know it. I'd like to thank his coaches for pushing him to be a better himself daily, for his friends for all the great memories and making this sport as fun as it possible. I'd like to thank trainer John for taping him all year, and last but not least, his parents for supporting him throughout high school. Tommy Fern. Neil Flannery. Yeah, Neil couldn't make it tonight. Oh, no, there he is. He's escorted by Tom and Anne Marie Flannery. Plans to go to college where he's going to be an engineer. He enjoys celebrating in the locker room and beating Avon his JV and sophomore year. To his underclassmen, advice is to enjoy it while it lasts because you only get to play so many games. And he'd like to thank his parents for always supporting him, and he'd like to thank his coaches for always pushing him to be his best. Neil Flannery. Lucas Girding is next. Lucas is escorted by Mom and Dad, Dave and Julia. Julia Muzica, I think. Sorry, Julia. He's undecided on what college to attend, but he's going to major in civil engineering. His favorite team memory was going out to eat and hang out after games. His advice to underclassmen is be consistent in everything you do and put in extra work when you can. I'd like to thank his dad for always supporting him, trainer John for always putting up with us, and Coach Gribble and Netling for making wide receiver Indy enjoyable. Lucas Girding. Grady Gibb is next. Grady's escorted by mom and dad, Lori and Mike, and sister Addie. His post-graduation, he plans to attend Ohio University, where he plans to major in nursing. His favorite team memory included beating Avon his sophomore year on JV. And his advice to underclassmen would be, it goes by fast, so enjoy the journey. He'd like to thank his coaches from youth all the way till now, and of course his parents. Grady Gibb, QB1. Jamison Gordon. He's escorted by his mom and dad, Josh and Allison, and his sister, Scarlett. He plans to attend college where he wants to major in finance. He also enjoyed beating Avon on the JV team his sophomore year. Let's see if we have to do the varsity this year, boys. His advice to underclassmen is work hard and stay consistent because every day matters. He'd like to thank his parents and his coaches, Jamison Gordon. Landon Kuzma is escorted by Allison and Dennis. His post-graduation will be play football in college, where he also plans to major in finance. His favorite team memories include the locker room celebration after the win last year against Aurora. And his advice to underclassmen would be, just have fun, it goes quick. He's grateful to the Lord for the blessings in his life and to his mom, dad, and friends for their love and support. Landon Kuzma. Carson Kwiatkowski. Carson's escorted by Nicole and Brian Kwiatkowski. Plans to play soccer somewhere in college, and he's going to major in pre-physical therapy. The Avon JV game was his favorite as well, and he'd like to tell underclassmen to take advantage of the time you're given, as it goes by faster than you think. He'd like to thank his parents, his coaches, his teammates for making 4 years special. Carson Kwiatkowski. Dylan Lazar is next. Dylan's escorted by Danielle, Chuck, Brianna, Jake, Jules, and baby Chris and Tori. Plans to go to college somewhere and major in finance. His favorite team memory was the JV state champ sophomore year versus Avon. His advice to underclassmen would be, just keep pushing to get better every day. He'd like to thank his mom and his coaches and his family. Dylan Lazar. Brock Leatherman is next. Brock's escorted by Sean and Tracy Leatherman. Plans to attend Miami University, where he'll major in business. His favorite team memory include scoring a touchdown against Copley. And his advice to underclassmen is, all you need to succeed is the effort. I'd like to thank his parents, God, and coaches. Brock Leatherman. Caden Mendenhall. Caden's escorted by his father, Adam, and mom, Shannon Felice, and stepdad, Franco Felice. Plans to attend the University of Akron, where he's going to major in electrical engineering. His favorite team memory included beating Avon in JV his sophomore year. His advice to underclassmen would be, do everything with the utmost effort, whether it's weightlifting, practice, or school. He'd like to thank his coaches, parents, and family. Caden Mendenhall. Josh Messina. Josh is escorted by Charles Messina, Ursula Messina, Stephanie Dawson, and Jim Del Torzo. He plans to be a firefighter when he graduates, and his favorite memory included beating Avon his JV year. His advice to underclassmen in years past are the future. In years past, you are the future of the team, and now you are the team, so make others better every day. I'd like to thank all his coaches, and especially his trainer, John, who deals with him every day and helped him this season when he had to be away from the team. Josh Messina. Chris Metzger. His parents, Mike and Lynn Metzger. He plans to attend the Fire Academy, another fireman. He also enjoyed beating Avon his junior year. His advice to underclassmen is savor every moment. Enjoy your time playing football with all your friends and community, because when it's over, you can't get it back. He'd like to thank his parents, grandparents, entire family, friends, community, and coaches. Christopher Metzger. Dan Miller. Dan's escorted by Eric and Maggie Miller. Plans to attend school somewhere to study business. Favorite was beating Avon his JV year. His advice to underclassmen is some days will be tough, but your hard work will prevail. He'd like to thank his parents for always supporting his decision, his coaches for giving him an opportunity to play while always pushing him to get better, his teammates for making hard practices better, and for always bringing energy into the locker room. Dan Miller. Casey Meiser. Casey's escorted by his mom, Mandy, and his dad, Nathan, and his little brother, Brady. His post-graduation plans are to attend college and further both his academic and athletic careers. His favorite memory included all the way back to 6th grade when Highland black and green teams played each other and the winner advanced to the championship. His advice to underclassmen is enjoy it while it lasts because there is nothing quite like a Friday night under the lights. He'd like to thank his mom for playing catch, running plays with him in the yard. She will always be his biggest supporter. To his dad for reminding me pain is temporary and keep showing up. To my brothers for keeping me humble, especially my little brother who motivates me to work harder every day by telling me how much better he is than me. Thank you, Papa. I hope you make you proud wearing number 25. And finally, thanks all his coaches, teammates, and everyone who has supported him over the years for an opportunity to be part of such an incredible program. And good luck to all the future Hornets. Casey Meiser. Aiden Police. Aiden is escorted by mother Shannon and father Brian, sister Avery. Plans to attend Southern Florida, where he's going to major in business. Joining his team this junior year was his favorite memory, and his advice to underclassmen is even if things get hard, keep going. I'd like to thank Mom and Dad for all their love and support, and Hutch for pushing me to be the best version of myself. Next we have Callan Whitling. Callan is escorted by Stephanie and Kyle. He plans to attend college where he's going to major in finance. His favorite team memory included the bus rides home from our week 1 game against Erie McDowell. Advice to underclassmen is don't take this time for granted because before you know it, it'll all be gone. I'd like to thank his parents for giving him so many opportunities, coaches for building me into the man I am today, friends for all the great memories for being there for me when I needed it, and trainer John for helping me in my daily recovery routine and washing my clothes. Callan Whitling. Noah Wolney. Noah is escorted by Chris and Michelle, mom and dad, and his brother Tristan. He plans on going to Kent State where he hopes to get into the Army ROTC program and study aviation. His favorite team memory included scoring his first touchdown, and his advice to underclassmen is don't wait to take advantage of an opportunity to succeed. He'd like to thank his coaches, trainers, teachers, and especially my parents and brothers. Thank you all. Noah Wolney. Ryan Zahir. He's escorted by Nisreen and Riyadh. He's undecided about where he plans to go to college, but he thinks he wants to major in biology and dentistry. His favorite team memory was all the lineman cookouts. And his advice to underclassmen is keep working hard and have a while doing it. I don't know what that is, but have a good time doing it, because you never know what can happen. I'd like to thank God for good health and the ability in doing great things, his coaches, his parents for always pushing me to be better. Ryan Zahir. Cooper Zielinski is escorted by Matt and Shannon. His post-graduation is to go somewhere for higher education and major in finance. His favorite team memory included playing and practices with his best friend. His advice to underclassmen is always have a good time with your friends because those memories will last forever. My mom and dad is who we'd like to thank most for always supporting him throughout his high school career. That's Cooper Zielinski. Liam Zielinski is escorted by Matt and Shannon. He plans to attend college and major in business or law. His favorite memory included the defensive film meetings and on Thursdays. His advice to underclassmen is time flies, so enjoy it. Thanks to my parents for supporting me every day, and thanks to the Highland community, which is what I'd like to say. Looking at all these seniors out here we've seen today, It's a great group of kids we're losing, and how about a big round of applause for them? Love to see you come back and see some games in the future, guys. Thank you all for getting here early for this.
and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting evening of Hornet football. On behalf of Superintendent Kathy Hoffman, Mr. Terry Anthony, the entire Highland staff, I'd like to welcome you and host you to the entire field here home here at Highland Hall. Your attendance and support is tremendous, and so much we greatly appreciate your voice here today. And the administration of both schools request the same from all fans. Officially, in this game has been signed by the Ohio High School Athletic Association and the Suburban League. Has been signed based on the process completed by OSHA Board of Directors. Tonight's officials include Sandra Drago, Matt Keane, Todd Roberts, Andrew Moore, Stephen Mertz, and Nicholas Doyle. We ask that all of you show courtesy and respect for the fellow fans, officials, coaches, and those administering the contest, and of course, your teams and homes. From all the few here working in the booth, including our official spotter, Jeff, this is the voice of Hornet football. Joe Guthrie wishing you and everyone a safe and enjoyable evening. Go Hornets! And with this, after the announcement, Hornets will open the kickoff, which today was sponsored by Bass on Us and Sean Kim, our singer and vocalist, can do it.
We're here at North Gateway Tire Field on a beautiful 45-degree football night. Coach Jay Grissom, Brandon Lipchek, and we're here in Week 10, Coach.
Yeah, it's crazy. Week 10 already, but this is the first night it feels like fall, I guess. So, wrapping up the regular season tonight and looking on to bigger things. I won't say more exciting, but bigger things coming.
I feel like it was just Week 2 when we were hosting our first game. Hudson came into town, and now it's Week 10, and we have a lot to talk about tonight. Certainly with the Falls team coming in, and we got a good game ahead of us here. That'll be fun. And then we have a full slate of what's upcoming, not only in the playoffs, but in the leagues that we're switching into, and teams coming and going out of the Suburban League, and talk about some other sports going on at Highland.
Right.
So we'll have a full agenda.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Start off with obviously senior night, last home Suburban League American Conference game tonight. So, there's some changes ahead, but I think everybody here at Highland's very excited about what's upcoming in the future, and wrapping up Suburban League American play tonight, and moving on to playoffs.
Well, we just watched 23 football seniors and a bunch of other sports senior night, and I saw that was meaningful to you as you've known a lot of these guys, coached a lot of these guys as they're coming out of the tunnel here.
Yeah, it's always kind of a bittersweet night, right? Like you've been around these guys for so long, and you're excited for their futures, and you're excited for what they've done, and certainly the season's not over, but it's kind of a bit of a bittersweet thing. I know you've been a part of it with your son in baseball, and I had to do it with my son the last couple years in football and baseball, and but that's a fun night. So hopefully they can finish off regular season play with a good performance tonight.
Yeah, that was cool to see the kids come out with special people in their lives, and the last home football game of the regular season. Thankfully, it won't be their last home football game, though, of their lives. And we'll talk more about that as we get into it. But tonight we have a 1-8 Cuyahoga Falls team coming in. They're coached by Kevin Pask in his third season. He's a Falls grad from 2011. He went on to play football at Walsh University, so he's a player, and we got a good game ahead of us here. But last week you were out at Revere and saw a pretty good game by the Hornets. Yeah,
that was an impressive performance last Friday. You're facing a team that's 6-1 and coming in with some momentum, and again, it was kind of a leave no doubt type of game, 49-7, and Casey Miser had a huge game, and it was 14-0 before the offense took a snap, right? Had a forced a 3-and-out return. Lucas Lucas Girding returned the punt for a touchdown. Then we kicked off to him, and they snapped one into the end zone. Dan Miller recovered that in the end zone. So it was 14-0 just a couple minutes into the game. The offense hadn't taken the field yet, and then it just went on from there. Final of 49-7. But Casey, 12 carries, 101 yards, 2 touchdowns. Evan Faust had 3 catches, 40 yards, 2 touchdowns. Grady Gibb was 7 of 10, 102 yards, 2 touchdowns. So just kind of, all the usual suspects doing what they've done all of their careers here, and a nice win that, and I guess it should be said, I mean, that clinched a Suburban League championship. It clinched at least a share of a Suburban League title, with a chance tonight to win an outright title for the second year in a row. So, really impressive stuff out of this crew.
And then we'll talk more about the overall season stats, 9-0 and outscored opponents 288-7 in the first half, but we'll talk more about that. But right now, I don't know if we won the
toss and elected to receive.
Okay. So who's back deep for us? Girding and
That's Girding and Miser.
Okay, Casey's back. Might be the first game it's dark at kickoff for us, I think.
Right.
Oh, a short
little
kick.
pooch kick. That's caught at about the 36-yard line.
It's not a bad idea by Falls, though.
No. That was Ben Radigan making a clean catch and securing that. Get to see this Hornet offense take the field for the first time tonight.
Playmakers all over this offense. What a season they've had. What a season Grady Gibb has had as first year at quarterback. And Casey Miser feels like he's in his 7th year, but it's just his his 4th year.
Yes. See Brock Leatherman getting a start on the offensive line tonight. As that's given to Dylan Lazar. Nice cut. He's going to work upfield for a pickup of about 4. So getting some of the seniors on the field for their first play of the game, always a cool thing on senior night.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen Dylan and Casey Miser in the backfield together
that's
like
nice,
that. That's a new wrinkle.
Yeah, and that could be a problem. 2 talented running backs that have both had outstanding seasons.
Sure have.
They're both in the backfield again. This time it's Miser inside zone. Big hole. He's down the sideline inside the 30, and he's cut down there by number 8. That's Captain Giovanni Tuttle on the tackle. But Casey takes it all the way down to the 17-yard line. 41 yards on that carry.
Number 8, Tuttle, is like you said, senior captain, first team all Suburban League last year, so we'll call his number quite a bit tonight.
Yeah, the good
plays both ways.
Really good football player.
Yeah, he is.
Keep it 2 backs in the game. This time Grady Gibb keeps it, and quickly.
That was quick.
Hornets take a 6-0 lead on a 17-yard touchdown.
That was one where it looked like he could have given it to Lazar or kept it, and either would have had success. But I think his decision was a good one there, and a solid start to this game.
So Cuyahoga in to attempt the extra point. Gibb will hold it. Dan Miller's snap is back. The kick is up and good.
I don't think he's too far away from in the county record books there, Jonah Cuyahoga with extra points.
Yes.
I read something about that this morning. He's high up on the list. As is Casey Miser's, 21 points away. It should be noted of taking the Medina County all-time scoring record.
So Jonah, he is now 6 extra points away from breaking the career record of 111 that was set by Luke Allen back in the 2013, back the 2013 and 2014 football seasons. So
and that's
he's gonna,
a school record,
that is a
I
school
believe.
extra point record, correct.
Well, the Hornets have to be happy with their execution there. You know, that was only, a few plays?
Three rushes.
Yeah, 3 runs, covered about 62 yards. Well blocked, well run. It's a good start.
Yeah, this is a night where, being at practice this week, and it's a 1-8 team versus a 9-0 team, and we kind of understand that. But at the end of the day, this is be sharp, like.
Right.
And Coach Gibbons was stressing it all week. Like this is show up, play the game, prepare the way we always do. That ball is muffed a little bit early, and the ball is out. And I think the Hornets are on top of it.
Yeah. I think so.
They have it. So that started a little shaky.
Yeah, that was Amir Haynes, sophomore. He picked it up and started to go, and I did not see who stripped that from him.
I did not either.
But now the Hornets have the ball at about the 15-yard line.
So Gibb in the gun. Miser behind him. Little play action. Grady Gibb steps up. And that pass is completed to
Lucas Girding.
That's Lucas Girding.
And that's a touchdown. I thought Grady was going to keep that. He stepped up in the pocket, took a few steps up, and then found Girding, who was actually pretty well covered. But he just made a really good throw and a good catch by Lucas as well.
It's Girding's 4th touchdown reception on the season. Leading the team in receptions with 21. That's Grady's 18th passing touchdown. That was Kwiatkowski's extra point that time.
Well, we've talked about this before, but we have.
I'm sorry. That was Kuzma. My apologies.
That was Kuzma.
Yeah, that was Kuzma.
We have 3 very able kickers.
Yes. Yeah, Carson Kwiatkowski, when he was a freshman or a sophomore? He got kind of pressed into some action, and all he did is go out and make every extra point that season. Then right. he had an injury, and Kuzma and Kauza, and now, like you say, I mean, you've got 3 very, very able kickers. And I think the coaching staff does a nice job getting all those guys opportunities.
Yeah, that's right. Kauza's coming up on the school record, but he hasn't even kicked, a whole bunch of them.
And he's got another year left, correct? Kauza's a junior, I believe. Yeah, he's a junior.
Good call, that's right. He's got plenty of games left.
That is Kauza kicking that one into the end zone, and that'll go as a touchback.
This would be a good time, Coach, to give another big thank you to the Amanda Falls State Farm Agency, the premier sponsor of our live stream football games again this fall. She's been great, sponsored all the things this year, last year. And because of her, we can catch all these Friday night games, not only us and the crew, but all the people that watch this around the country. So thank you, Amanda. Well, we'll get to see the Hornets defense here for the first time.
That snap is bobbled and picked up. He's going to be taken down quickly.
I think Zielinski was back there.
It's Giovanni Tuttle. Lined up as the quarterback that play.
So that was, so is he, I was thinking that was just like a wildcat, but he may be playing quarterback tonight.
It appears that is the case. He is listed as a wide receiver.
And the film that we watched did not have him at quarterback.
Correct. It's a give off the right side, and there are literally 11 green hats on that. It's Madden Horner on the carry. It's going to go for no gain and bring up a third down.
You know, I guess when you've had a tough season, you try a new wrinkle here at the end. You know, I think the quarterback has been Jaden Weirs, a senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. I don't know if he's injured or if they're just trying something different. I don't see him out there at all. But Tuttle is a versatile kid. I know that. Good size, young man, 6 foot, 170 pounds, quick. But they're in a bad spot here with 3rd and 13.
Little option play, and there's 9 hats in on that tackle as Tuttle decides to keep it. The Hornets going to bring him down for another loss, bring up a 4th and 15.
I'll tell you what, Lucas Grillis was in there. That sophomore has had a heck of a season.
He just, you know, he's getting better and better each and every week, and he had a really nice game last week at Revere, and has done a nice job kind of settling in that defensive end spot. Big shoes to fill there this year, and the sophomore's done a great job of it. As this snap is muffed, and it's blocked.
Oh, boy.
And that is recovered in the end zone.
Callan Whitling.
Callan Whitling blocked it and recovered it for a special teams touchdown.
Well, they have 1 on the ground, 1 in the air, and now a 3rd touchdown via a punt block special teams touchdown. And we're only 4 minutes into this one. That was a good play by Callan, though. That was a good play. Who's kicking this one?
That is Carson Kwiatkowski this time. So we get to see all 3 kickers early tonight also.
Senior Carson Kwiatkowski.
That kick is up and good. So 21-0, 8 minutes, 4 seconds left in the quarter. And the Hornets off to another really, really fast start here.
Yeah, they sure are. And, Coach, I'm going to go ahead and also thank our all-star Hornet backers. Some families this year that have provided meals and some other things, I understand, through the Parents Club, the Bartell family, the Divis family, the Leatherman family, the Noonan family, the Aridi family, and the Sender family. So thank you to all of you as well.
Yeah, that Parents Club does amazing work, and you know, it's a lot of time involved, a lot of effort involved, and I know the leadership in that group. These boys do not go hungry. You know, they feed everybody every day during our double sessions in the summer, and then every Friday right after school there's a meal provided. And the boys, home or away, there's a meal provided, and then they get settled in, ready to play a football game. So big thanks to that group. Nice return over the right side there.
That was Jordan Saunders over that right side, sophomore wide receiver, defensive back with a nice return.
Yeah, he's out across the 20 to the 22-yard line, I believe. 23 maybe. Yeah, nice return there. Good speed coming around that edge.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Coach Pask admitted that he had a tall task when he took this over 3 years ago. but there's a lot of young players on this team. A lot of sophomores that are contributing, and I wouldn't be surprised to see this team, especially with the new alignment coming up, where
they're moving out and going over to the Metro, I believe.
Yeah.
As that's an option play, and that was Lucas Grillis and I think Callan Whitling both in on that. As we've got a player down.
But yeah, if the Falls team could coincide two things: one, with their program getting better as what the coach is doing over there. I think that program is definitely starting to be on the uprise. And then the second thing is if they could play some different competition, right, in that Metro League that maybe is, provide some additional opportunities for them to compete.
And I'll tell you this, and we just passed it a couple weeks ago on our way to play some golf, but they just built a beautiful, beautiful stadium over there. That's right. If you want to get the community excited about some football,
good point.
I mean, it is a beautiful stadium that they built over there, and I hope for Coach and his staff that something exciting coming down the pike for them, because they built a new school and they built that stadium.
That's
is
right.
just it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that they did there, and I haven't been there yet, but I have heard. I've heard that it's very well executed in a really nice place.
Coach and I did take a trip over to Cuyahoga Falls last weekend, though, to scout a couple restaurants and establishments out with our ladies, if I recall.
That's right.
So the Falls is a beautiful area when you look at the right on the river there. What is that area called?
Front Street, right?
There you have it, Front Street. We hit it on Halloween, a big Halloween party night. So 53, the good news is he's coming off the field, but he needs help to do so. So we hope that young man is.
It's Yuli Scribner.
Yeah, junior offensive lineman. Look like an ankle or knee. You hate to see that.
Yeah, and he's one I did see on film. He's a good player. That's going to be a big loss for them. 6'3", 250. Let's hope that that's something that he can shake. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Looks like Tuttle still in at quarterback. As he takes the snap, this time he gives it. It's going to be a short pickup by Horner.
Yeah. 5'9", 170-pound senior. They have a few guys that will run the ball for them, and he's one of them. But that was a short gain, bringing up a 3rd and 8.
You were showing me a stat earlier about this Hornets defense, and you look at the points per game and everything, but I think the craziest stat is in first halves, we've outscored our opponents 288-7.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
That's right.
I mean, and that just – no offense to, some of the younger guys that get in the games later, but a lot of the points that the Hornets have given up this year have been late in games as he rolls out, and that ball's intercepted. I believe that's Cooper Zielinski going up and high pointing a ball on the sideline, staying in bounds.
He sure did get up for that one, didn't he?
It's a great play by Coop.
He needed all of that 5'11" to get that ball. He has some hops, too, because it wasn't a badly thrown ball, but it was very well covered.
That's his 2nd interception on the season. Cooper's had a great year stepping in that safety position. And so 2 backs in the backfield, I believe that Evan Faust is now in the game. And that is given to Miser. He's going to pick up 5, maybe 6.
Just a touch on Cooper Zielinski one more time, Coach. Not only he has a couple of picks, but 36 tackles, 3rd on the team. Tackles for loss, bunch of assists. I mean, he's got a nose for that football, that's for sure.
He does, and you know, I mean, back in the old times when you and I played, people would say, "Oh, if safety's making tackles, that means the defense is whatever." Like, well, Cooper Zielinski plays like a linebacker. He gets downhill quick. That's given to Miser off the left side. He's got some room, and he is going to be drugged down. I've been man and Horner on the tackle there.
It feels like, yeah, it was well covered, but he got 12 yards on that play.
And that was Amir Haynes on the tackle. No, but Cooper he's aggressive, and like you said, he's got nose for the ball. He makes a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage. There's a fake and a drop. Gibb looking over, just out of reach of Lucas Girding, running an over route, kind of coming across the formation.
That's a rare incomplete pass. By,
It looked like Amir Haynes.
Gibb.
Amir Haynes read that well because they kind of cleared out that side of the field and just a one-man route to that side, but Amir Haynes sat on it and forced Grady to try and put a little touch on it over his head, and just a bit of an overthrow. This time they'll give it to Miser. Good penetration, and he stacked up early.
Yeah,
Jordan Luster, number 11, in on that tackle.
another sophomore. That's what we've been talking about. A lot of young, talented players on this Falls team.
So it's going to be a 3rd and 9. It's got Dobkowski single wide receiver right. 2 tight ends on the left side of the formation. As that snap is fumbled, and Gibb is just going to have to pick it up and eat it. Just a little sloppy on that. Snap was a little low, and looks like Kauza is going to come in to attempt a field goal here.
Pretty sizable field goal as well, close to maybe about 41 yards. Let's see. Yeah.
Maybe 42? Yeah. It's an important rep.
You could see this being a meaningful kick in a few weeks. And
good snap, good hold. He hit it good, and it is good.
I love to see that. Might be the long field goal of the year. Not positive on that, but
he had a 43, so that was just
42.
one yard shy of that. Good operation there, though. Real good snap. Grady Gibb got it down quick.
Good to see.
So that's going to make it 24-0, 4:05 left in the first quarter.
So you said that Falls is going into the Metro Conference, and then you also were telling me before the game that Highland is moving into the other side of the Suburban League, into the National Division.
Correct.
And
so there's a lot of moving parts here, and to try and do it off the top of my, I'll do the best I can. But Highland is moving up to the national side. So you've got Highland going up. From the American side, Cuyahoga Falls, Talmadge, and Kent Roosevelt are all leaving. So Nordonia is going to play football as that ball is kicked out of the end zone. Nordonia is going to play football in the National Conference and every other sport in the American Conference. Brecksville Broadview Heights is going to do the exact opposite of that. So they're going to play football in the American Conference and every other sport in the National Conference.
Okay.
The American is adding Mayfield
and Kenston.
Twinsburg is going down
into the American. And Brecksville Broadview Heights in the American.
And then you've got Medina coming in.
And Highland going in.
Yeah. So that side of the conference, the national side.
Lots of movement.
Yes. It's going to look very different. But I think, like I said, I think everybody's excited about the change. This is just a Q Power here. But he's wrapped up quickly by Evan Faust. Cooper Zielinski in on that tackle as well.
Evan Faust had the breakout year last year as a sophomore. Now he's a junior leading the team in tackles. 48 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, 2.5 sacks.
Yeah.
Make that another, now it's 12 tackles for loss.
And honestly, doing, putting up those numbers and basically playing one half of football for 90% of the season.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah, so that national conference is going to be interesting. I think it's going to be really interesting in every sport, too. I know for baseball we're excited. It's going to look a lot different as Cuyahoga Falls is going to have to take a timeout as that play clock was winding down. But you're talking about, Highland, Wadsworth. So you got Highland, Wadsworth, Hudson.
That's right.
Brecksville, Broadview Heights.
Royalton.
Solon.
Medina.
So this conference football schedule is going to look significantly different.
Well, I think it'll be fun to be able to play kind of the crosstown rivals every year, both Wadsworth and Royalton.
Yeah, the battle in Route 94, right?
Yeah, those have always been fun games.
Or Ridge Road, whatever you want to say.
Ridge Road, and we haven't had too many opportunities lately to play those teams.
Right.
So that's one aspect that I'm excited about, and then the other is some good competition during the regular season.
Yes.
Will be fun. Some different competition.
Yes.
Will be good to call those games, get to know those teams again better. So 2nd and 14.
Little shovel pass. That should go as an incomplete pass, and it does. Some teams like to do that on their jet sweeps. They shovel it forward just in case something like that happens. It's not a fumble. It's just an incomplete pass.
Good point. Well, you talked about playing clean. Coach Gibbons is looking for us to play clean. We had a bobble on our last offensive series, but I've noticed that the Falls kind of shoots themselves in the foot sometimes, right? They have the athletes, they have but they'll drop passes and balls, and
as that ball is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that hit the turf.
It was Callan Whitling.
They'll make some penalties. They'll get themselves behind the sticks, just like we saw there,
Right.
And then it's tough to battle out of that.
Right.
But good defensive series by the Hornets.
Yeah, trying to get a wheel route up the sideline. Hornets had it covered pretty well, so he tried to get to that slant that was coming underneath it.
Yeah.
Just nowhere to throw that football. So that is going to put Cuyahoga Falls in punt formation.
Is that number 22 back to punt?
It is.
Elijah Hayes, freshman.
Good snap. Low line drive. He should get some roll out of that as it comes out to across the 50. Out to about the 46-yard line. Nice punt.
Anytime you see a freshman out there on Friday nights, I always respect that.
Absolutely.
That's not easy for a 14, 15-year-old kid to be out there like that.
Hey, I want to thank the Communication of Hope, the Beth Girding Foundation, for the team meal tonight, prepared by Talercio Catering Company out of North Royalton. Big thanks to the Girding Foundation and Talercio's for providing tonight's meal for these guys. So Gibb on a short roll, little comeback route. That's Jake Weber. And he's going to take it out of bounds after a pickup of about 16, maybe 17.
Well, he came back to the ball and after about 5 yards, and then he made a guy miss and got an extra 10.
Hornets going quick, working on some some hurry-ups.
Yeah, a 4-minute offense.
Going to give it to Miser off the left side. That's well blocked as he's got a nice hole. He's going to pick up
Good.
It's going to be close to a first down. I think maybe about 9 yards.
Good tackle there. Not easy to bring him down by yourself. I think that was senior captain Vincent Lambus, 54.
Going quick again, as this one is, we got a offsides, an encroachment penalty on the Black Tigers. So that will give the Hornets a first down. I like this. This is just they're working on things. They're working on communication. They're signaling plays in. Again, something I've seen them work on a lot at practice, as we're going to get another encroachment penalty, I believe. Oh, nope, that's going to go as a false start.
Well, when you look back at the season, we have not had too many opportunities to be, if any, in this type of a hurry-up 2-minute offense, right? So you got to manufacture them sometimes.
Yes.
Because we may need it coming up.
Yeah, and I know it's, like I said, that's something I saw him working on at practice a couple days this week, and you come into a game like this and you're working on some things. Similar to the 42-yard field goal. You know, these are going to be important live reps. As there's another low snap that's picked up by Miser. He's going to make a nice play out of another bobbled snap there by Grady Gibb. He's coming in a little low. But Miser picks up 11. I'm sorry, 9, and that's going to be a 2nd down and 6. Big hole for Casey Miser. He's down inside the 5. Before he's taken down. Looked like maybe Jordan Luster in on that tackle.
Casey Miser in the open field is a beautiful thing to watch. Surprised he didn't get in the end zone. That was a good tackle.
Yes, it was. Gonna give it to Miser inside zone, and he takes it in. Well blocked, well executed.
Yeah, it was. Number 4 met him at the goal line. Amir Haynes, sophomore, good ball player, did his best, but that's a tall order to stop Casey. So who's kicking this for us
this
now?
Is Kuzma this time.
Kicking rotation here.
And he hammers that one, and it is no good.
So 30-0 here with 35 seconds left in the first quarter. You know what I like to see, Coach, on a night like tonight? Stands are packed. It's cold. It's getting cold, right? Senior night, but the student section is full. I'm looking out. The community really rallies around this team. We saw it a few weeks ago at community night out here.
Yeah.
That was cool to see. We were able to live stream that. I don't know if everybody caught that, but that was a neat event when the football game was unable to happen.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. What an outstanding job by our administration to put something together, and then it was supported by the community, and the student section was here, and we got to crown our homecoming queen, and we got to recognize our Hall of Fame inductees. You and I got to have some fun with some of the youth football players down there. We had powder puff going on. They had closest to the pin challenges. They had punt, pass, and kick. And then finished it off with a fireworks show. All
with only a couple days' notice, as I recall, to throw something like that together.
Yes.
Was a lot of work, and it was very well received and responded to by the community, which was cool.
Nice return again over that right side. He's going to try and reverse field, and not going to get anywhere with it, but that was Jordan Saunders on the return. Yeah, that was a fun night. You know, for in a tough circumstance, that was a fun night, and watching our varsity football players coaching the powder puff, and then in the huddles with the youth teams while they were doing their scrimmages, and
you know they wanted to be out there playing, but we said multiple times they didn't make lemonade out of lemons. They made darn good lemonade out of lemons. You know, I mean, it was a heck of a night, and this is such a team that the community gets behind this school and this team so much. I love to see that. So cool.
Going to try and throw a little bubble screen out here. But that is a nice tackle. That's Metzger on the play there. Chris Metzger.
Another guy who's had a heck of a senior year, hasn't he?
Boy, and he was an important player last year, too, on that team. And, kind of became one of the starting corners. We always talk about how big he is. He doesn't look like a corner.
No, I was out on the field with him last week, and I was reminded that he's 6'2", 215.
6'2", 215. That's so that'll bring the quarter to an end.
You know what we could also talk about, Jay? You already hit on Communication of Hope and the Tellerico Catering Company as meal sponsors for tonight. But there was a whole bunch of meal sponsors this year. The Galaxy Restaurant, the Blue Heron Brewery, Nico's Gyros, Buffalo Wild Wings, Town Tavern, Dominic's, Thirsty Cowboy. So I think that talks about the community really supporting this school and this team, right? That's a real world example of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the football club obviously putting in a lot of legwork, but part of that legwork is asking for these donations, and these groups come through every year, time after time. So definitely a big thanks to all of those restaurants.
Yeah, I don't remember eating that well when I was in high school, but
I got a pile of pasta on Thursday nights.
That was a while. That was a while back, but.
Trying to run some outside zone.
He fumbled the
ball.
Pops
free, but they are saying he was down by contact. It's Madden Horner. Looked like Dan Miller, J-Mo Gordon, both there early on that one.
Well, the gang tackling is something that you see as really a staple of this defense. It's very rare that you have a solo tackle. I mean, there is just 3-4 hats on that ball at all times. It really is.
Trying to do a little short roll. He's cut off and caught from behind by Dan Miller. The ball pops free again, but he was down by contact.
Miller came from that left side of the D-line, didn't he?
He did. I believe that's going to go as a sack. Nice play by Dan Miller.
Showing off some speed there.
Big boy got wheels.
He's got an arm and he's got wheels.
And he can long snap.
Could do it all. I won't get started on the multi-sport athletes.
That's all right.
I won't say it.
So in punt formation. This one, Girding comes up. Fair catch is right at about the 41-yard line.
I don't know if there's any games we're keeping an eye on, but I remember we'll have to look up Hoban and St. Ed's is a good one tonight.
Yeah, I want to see the Avon Lake, because
Berea Mid-Park.
And we'll get into that maybe a little bit more in the second half, but I want to see, there's some playoff implications that are outside of the Hornets' control tonight. Avon Lake is down 14-7 in the first quarter.
Quick pass completed by Gibb off their right side to Girding for about a short gain. What did you get Was that a score you said?
It was 14-7. Berea Mid-Park on top early. Hornets are big Avon Lake Shoreman fans tonight. St. Ed's and Hoban tied at 7.
Two of the best teams in the state.
Two of the best teams in the country. That's Lazar. Big hole off the right side. He is brought down.
Lazar is a guy that has that real quick start-stop. You know, he looks like he's picking his way through there, but then when he decides to go, he can go real quick and change direction in doing so. And I think that's what makes him such a good runner.
Yes. He's had a really nice career here. So Gibb on a drop, steps up in the pocket. Looks like Lucas Girding again.
Yeah.
On the sideline.
That was a bullet to Girding.
Yes, good ball there.
Inside the 5.
Comes the heavy package.
Yeah, I saw J-Mo Gordon and Callan Whitling.
So I think we're going to have 4 tight ends in the game here. Nope. We still got Dobkowski out, split out right, but we do have 3 tight ends in the game. And Cuyahoga Falls going to take a timeout. Take a minute to talk about our girls and boys cross-country teams. Will both be competing in the Division II regional cross-country meet tomorrow at Boardman High School. Girls running at 140, boys at 230. Top 10 teams and 20 individuals in each of the boys and girls then would advance to the state meet down at Fortress Obetz. That would be on Saturday, November 1st. Girls team coming off a district championship. So I was talking to Coach today, pregame, and he was, cross country is such an interesting. You're running time, like everything's timed, and you get seeded and everything. And he was kind of hoping for a top 5 finish, and the girls just ran a great race, and got a win as Lazar takes it in. So got a win in a district meet and move on to regionals and exciting stuff out of both the boys and girls programs. He is very hopeful to make it as a team. He thinks that it's a doable thing, but Coach Lippincott really excited to get out and get the girls competing tomorrow along with the boys team.
Well, they're going to have some nice weather tomorrow to run in, it looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful tomorrow.
Which is not always the case at this time of year for the cross-country runners and the golfers.
Kwiatkowski knocks that extra point through.
Speaking of golf, the girls' golf team finished 5th in the state. I don't know if we had a chance to talk about that yet. I don't think we have.
No.
And Elizabeth Coleman, I believe, was it 7th?
7th,
overall?
which made her 2nd team All-Ohio.
That was at Firestone,
That is correct.
I think it was out of Firestone.
Yes. Yeah, I think they played the West course, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, outstanding job by that team again, right? I mean, Coach Becker and what they do with that program. I mean, every year they don't just make the state tournament; they place top 5 every year, and it hasn't really mattered where they've played that either. That tournament's moved around a little bit the last couple years, and those girls go out and perform every year.
Yeah, they always have a solid team, which takes 4 or 5 or more good scores, and then they seemingly always have somebody that's just crazy good. You look back, we got LPGA Tour players, I believe, that have come through Highland. It's amazing. Well, hopefully we still have a few good weeks of golf left.
Yes.
Nice golf weather.
As Kuzma's kickoff is going to go into the end zone. Yeah, exciting. Another really good fall season for our sports here. Our girls volleyball, I just went over last night. I got a niece that plays on the volleyball team, and they played a district championship game yesterday at Medina. They beat Chardon in straight sets, and they move on to a regional game next Thursday at 6 p.m. out at Norwalk High School. So they're going to get they're I believe it's the third time in 4 years they've made regionals,
wow.
Which is, you know, what Coach Merck and her staff has done with that program has been very impressive. And exciting game last night too. I had a lot of fun. Nice crowd on hand, and give
brought down
early.
by the host of tacklers as usual.
Yes, and that was Drew Divis was the first man there, number 70. Good penetration through the middle.
Senior Drew Divis. What makes that volleyball team special is good core of seniors, upperclassmen, but then you also have some freshmen and underclassmen that have come in and really done a great job.
Yeah, 2 freshmen that are playing big roles, and like you said, a couple seniors that have I mean, it's been a nice season for those young ladies.
They're not done yet either.
They are not. Divis had a shot at him again early. I believe that I saw Ryan Haney, number 18, in on that tackle, along with Lucas Grillis.
Well, and then we could talk all day about other sports. When you look at the girls soccer team, for instance, I mean, I'm pretty sure
they're playing a district championship game tomorrow at 2 p.m. over at Strongsville. So
we're blessed here, aren't we?
Yes.
With this sports program.
That team rolled to Suburban League championship and hoping to play for a nice pass over the middle.
Yeah.
Caught by Jordan Luster.
That was a positive play for Falls.
Yeah, good ball there. Bring up their it is 4th down.
I think they're gonna roll the dice here and say, let's try to get this first down.
So 2 wide receivers left, 1 single right. Gonna try an inside zone. Nowhere to go.
No.
That was Ryan Haney, J-Mo Gordon, and Dylan Lazar. All 3 sniffed that out very quickly. And that is going to be a first down for the Hornets at the 29-yard line.
Junior Ryan Haney is getting some good action here tonight, huh?
Yeah, he's been working in, some with the number 1 group, and talented young man. You got 3 really good linebackers that are returning from last year, but they've been getting him some reps, and he's done a nice job. Going to be stepping into a big role next year. That's given to Miser on outside zone. He just does get the edge, but
that's number 8, who we said we were going to call his number a lot. Giovanni Tuttle, captain. He's a ball player.
Yes, he is. Hard to chase Casey when he's got a head of steam. He does a nice job cutting him off.
I was just going to say, 9 times out of 10, Casey's still running after that initial hit. Good job by Tuttle. Brings up a 2nd and 8.
2 backs in the backfield with Gibb. Trying to give it to Faust, but we've got a false start. A little more 2-back stuff tonight as well.
Another thing I wanted to hit on too was we talk about all the other sports, but how about our football program? our freshman team that you know a little something about went 10-0, finished an undefeated year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that was a fun group this year, and I think it's a bright future for those guys. And we played a tough schedule. You know, a lot of these schools did not have freshman programs. We only played 2 Suburban League American opponents. Comeback route on the sideline. That is
good catch.
It's Ben Radigan. Nice catch on the sideline.
He went up to get that.
But you know, we had the opportunity to. We only played Aurora and Copley in conference play. We picked up Boardman. We picked up Stowe. Last night we played Kenston, and a lot of these schools, they were honest with us. But you know, hey, we're going to have some sophomores out there as well, and but those young men just went out and competed every day. And just give on a jet sweep to Lucas Girding. It's going to be good for a first down.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing that we did was we had an opportunity to go down to Paul Brown Tiger Stadium and play Massillon, you know, at their place, and you know, walk off of that field beating that team that night. I don't know if our guys knew how cool it was, but it was a really exciting game and a lot of fun. And like I said, man, if you want to compete, I'm happy to be on a sideline coaching a team that wants to compete. And those guys like competing. So
Gibb keeps it, and he's in. That was a good decision by Grady.
Yeah, it was. Good read.
Good execution there by the Hornets. But no, anytime you go 10-0 like that, Coach, against some good competition, I mean, that bodes well for the future of this program, right?
Yeah.
If the freshmen are doing that, then you look at what the JV team did. I think they're 8-1, looking to go 9-1 tomorrow, with their only loss being at Walsh in a real tight game.
Yeah, with a 3-point game or 2 or 3-point game, I believe. So
yeah. So when you look at this program, we're 27-1. This between the freshmen, the JV, and the varsity, looking to be 29-1 by tomorrow. That's a good sign of things to come, and a lot of effort goes into that from the players, the coaches, on down.
And I think it's important to say, like, you know, as a baseball coach, like, I'm not like super concerned with the win-loss record of my sub-varsity teams. You're concerned with the development. But wins come with that development too. So that, you know, they do go hand in hand at times. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, I think it's important, and we talk about it with our baseball guys. It's important to learn how to win games. Yeah. And to learn how to play in tight games, and our guys, especially at the freshman level, we had a lot of. You know, we didn't just go out and beat the brakes off of teams. We were scratching and clawing week in and week out, and just had an outstanding season. It was fun.
Well, you talk about the program, and a lot of times we got to see the youth players the other week here. Yeah. That was really cool to see the little guys, the 9, 10, 11, 12-year-old guys.
Kick's going to be fielded at about the 1-yard line.
Dylan Lazar on the tackle.
That was Jordan Saunders on the return. Good coverage by the Hornets. The clock is officially running. That must have been agreed upon before the game began. No, but to your point though, like it's been a good fall, and this football program it's something to be a part of. I'll tell you, it's been a lot of fun, and a really good coaching staff, bunch of just good human beings that work well with the boys, and it's Coach Gibbons has got something really cool going here. And that is given, but he is met early by Dan Miller. That was Madden Horner on the carry, but Dan Miller going to have another tackle for a loss from that defensive end spot.
But that's like we talk about. It doesn't happen on Friday nights when most of us are watching. You know, it happens all throughout the week, and from the young guys all the way up through the program. And it's Highland has a reputation now of having one heck of a football program. You know, a reputation around the state now.
Yes.
And well deserved.
That's that ball is snapped through the
through
back
the
of the end zone. That'll be a safety. I'll make it 46-0.
But I got buddies down in Columbus and things, and they talk about schools and programs, and they don't need to be reminded now from me about Highland, right? It's in that same breath as the St. Ed's and the Hobans and the Avons, and now Highland is talked about in that same type of conversation, which is a testament to what all you guys and the boys and the program is doing. We're lucky to be able to be a part of it and see it. So
yeah, and like you were saying too, I mean, it's a testament to the youth program and what those guys have done at that level. And I know Coach Gibbons is involved, but you have to have parents and coaches involved, and there's a lot of buy-in in this community, and it translates to Friday nights, Thursday nights, Saturday mornings, and everything else. And
well, I've learned a lot just sitting up here, right? Seeing the Parents Club and the sponsors of the meals and remember the Taste of Highland early in the season, and the all that goes into it with the coaches and the cheerleaders, and it's a big production, you know, and all the
fact that we're sitting here talking.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's a heck of a thing. You got the band getting ready to come play. You know, you have the concessions out there. I mean, it's a big operation that this school runs, and it's the athletic department and the leadership and the coaching, and it all plays a part.
Yeah, not the least of which is the support from the administration. And top to bottom, it's a first class around here. So we're going to have a free kick from the 20-yard line. Clock is running again. Going to be another little pooch kick to the sideline. That's fielded once again by Ben Radigan. He's going to get out to about the 40. Clock does stop for this change of possession. 23 seconds left in the half.
So what we'll do at half is we'll round up a couple scores, and then we'll take some time in the second half to really lead into the playoffs and how the playoffs have changed and the different format that we're going to see this year and some different thing. I won't spoil it, but that'll be a good conversation to have as we're watching this game wind down in the
So they have wound the clock,
half.
And it looks like Coach Gibbons is happy to head to the locker room for halftime. So 46-0, Hornets on top. We've got a couple, I think, two of the best bands in the Suburban League. Okay, so I like this Cuyahoga Falls band is awesome.
Okay.
And obviously we get to watch the Pride of Highland every week. So we're going to step away, enjoy the shows from the bands tonight, and we will be back for the second half.
All right.
Hall's Marching Tiger Band. Next week features the Tiger Band drum line and the band choreographed by Coach Marcy. From the National Hockey Horror Picture Show, we hope you enjoy Time Warp. again, we have to give a shout out to the Highland girls and boys cross country team for being competing. This is the team regional cross country meet boys and high school team. Girls are going to compete boys and teachers.
Casey Miser, senior, running back, go Hornets. Dan Miller, senior, defensive end, the Granger Elementary. Ryan Zahir, senior, D tackle, the Sharon Elementary.
Drew Davis, number 70, defensive tackle, Granger Elementary, go Hornets.
J-Mo Gordon, senior, linebacker.
I'm Cody Bendow, senior, O-line, D-line. Shout out Grandpa.
Brock Leatherman, guard, senior.
Dylan Lazar, senior, running back, safety. Buzz.
My name is Josh Messina. I play O-line and D-line. I'm from Hinckley Elementary.
Caden Mendenhall, O-line, D-line, senior. God bless.
Liam Zelensky, senior, defensive back. Shout out Spidey.
Cooper Zelensky, senior, safety. I'm Spidey.
Calvin Whitling, senior, outside linebacker. Rainbow Kids Preschool.
Tommy Third, senior, O-line, D-line. I'm all in.
Neil Flannery, senior, defensive back. I call.
Brewster Mesker, senior, cornerback. Go Hornets.
Noah Wolney, senior, running back.
Aiden Police, quarterback, senior, number 14. Grady Gibb, quarterback, senior, Granger Elementary. Luke Skirting, senior, slot receiver. I'm not sure what to do with my hands.
Nick Dubkowski, senior, wide receiver, safety, Hinckley Elementary.
Carson Kwiatkowski, senior, kicker, Granger Elementary. Ryan Kuzma, senior, punter kicker, best punter in the country.
Must have. Otherwise, hey, welcome back to North Gateway Tire Field. We are wrapping up halftime here of a 46-0 Hornet lead over the Cuyahoga Falls Black Tigers.
And as always, we crunch some numbers at halftime, and by we always mean Andrew crunched some numbers for us.
Andrew doing what he does.
The biggest stat that we saw was, 217 yards total offense for the Hornets and -3 yards for the Falls team. But that's kind of what we figured what would happen and kind of what we saw. Does that say Miser had 104 yards and a TD on 9 rushes?
Yes. Gibb was 5 of 6, 64 yards, 1 touchdown in the air, and also rushed twice for 33 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So really strong half, and I'm sure we're going to start seeing some of the young guys getting their opportunity here in the second half. And
I liked, Coach, that in the first half we were able to touch on not only the game, but really talk about some of the seniors that we saw on senior night. Talked about the leagues and how there's transition going on in the suburban leagues and others, how you mixed in other sports that we talked about, the younger football teams and all the different teams. So we were able to cover a lot of subjects like we were trying to do in the first half.
Yeah, it's good to touch on everything and get everybody caught up on what's going on, all things Highland, right?
Yeah, it's not always just about the football game in front of us. It's good to see the boys playing well, and then we promised you that we would talk about the playoffs in the second half, and we will do that, and we may start doing that right now. When you look at what happened with the different with the playoff format this year, it was always 8 teams from each region that made the playoffs, and then around COVID time it went up to 16. It doubled.
Right.
And now this year, for the first time, they moved it back to 12 teams, and in doing so, they added 3 rounds. The first 4 teams get a bye, and then the third round is also a home game for the higher or the better seed.
Right.
As well, so that's all new this year.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting, and I think you said it before the game, I think it's a move in the correct direction, right? I think 16 was getting to be a bit much, and back in ancient times when you and I played, it was only 4, and I didn't feel like that was enough.
Yeah.
I've heard stories. One of our assistant coaches here at Highland, or actually he's the head freshman coach, Nate Howard, he played on a team back in the 90s that went 10-0 and did not make the playoffs.
That's right.
That's not good. But especially at the Division I level, there was a couple years ago where a team went 0-10, and got into the playoffs and had to play St. Ed's in the first round. Because their losses were against good teams, and they had the, it's just.
Well, there's 17 teams in Region 1, Division 1, and 16 made it to the playoffs.
Right.
So to your point, it's a move back in the right. Kickoff into the end zone there by, I don't know who that was.
That was Kuzma that time,
there
yes.
Never sure. So to move back to 12, I think is good. To give the first 4 teams a bye. I don't know if that's good or not, but I like that. What I do like, we were talking about this, is that third round is not at a neutral site. Now, that's a regional semifinal game.
Right.
And that is now at the better seeds home. So
right.
when you look at our specific situation with Highland, Avon, Wadsworth, Olmsted Falls, kind of probably in that order, you would have a 1 hosting a 4 and a 2 hosting a 3.
Right.
It should make for a pretty cool atmosphere.
Yes, and I think we haven't had a game like that in this stadium in a long time. That is taken off the left side by Madden Horner. He's going to pick up a couple. But yeah, there's a couple websites that I like to take a look at for this. There's a guy named Drew Pastor that's he's got Ohio Fantastic 50. It is a highly there's a lot of numbers involved. He currently has Highland with a 92% chance of getting the number 1 seed. There's so much going on tonight. It all matters on every opponent, who they're playing tonight, your past opponents. It all affects your strength of schedule. But he's got a 92% chance that Highland does indeed get a 1 seed. But there are a couple games in particular that could change that. As we got to roll out to the right. That's going to fall incomplete.
So what does that mean, Coach? That means if a Wadsworth, for instance, beats Medina?
Yeah, so they beat Medina.
So they would want –
they want Medina to win every game the rest of the season.
Right. So a Highland would want a Lorraine to beat Medina.
Correct.
And Lorraine is down 14-30 in the second quarter last we saw. So that's one scenario, one example.
Right. Another example would be Highland beat Avon Lake in week 3. Avon Lake's taking on Berea Mid-Park, and they have a 24-21 lead at halftime. That pass is incomplete over the middle.
So in that case, Highland would want an Avon Lake to beat Berea, and a Wadsworth would want the inverse of that, or maybe an Avon would want the inverse of that.
Correct. Yeah, and those, it's like I can't even begin to explain the computer point system and how it all works, but it's weighted by division, it's weighted by record, so there's these strength of schedules and all this that goes into it. And math was never my strong suit. But I can look at websites and I can read their numbers and share them with you. But
and here's a punt. They're going to let it bounce. That was not Girding. That was Radigan.
That's Radigan. It was back deep. Smartly let that one fall in front.
Well, and I think that when you look at the points and the second level computer points that you get and how it's going to shake out, but Drew Pasteur also works with Joe Eitel.
Correct.
I know those two are kind of the two of the premier guys that do tabulate this stuff for their job, and they're pretty good at it, and they're giving Highland a 92% chance to be that 1 seed.
Yeah. Wadsworth with an 89% chance of being the 2 seed, and Avon being the 97% chance of being the 3 seed. Yeah. So the way that bracket would work then, is that's Aiden Pulis in the game now. That's going to be a handoff up the middle. That's a pile of Black Tigers. Stack that up.
Senior Aiden Police, 6'2", 180. He's done a good job whenever he's had the opportunity to come in.
I believe that was still Lazar on the carry. Yeah, so those top 4 are going to get buys. If you happen to be the 1 seed, you're going to play the winner of the 8 seed versus 9 seed game.
Yeah.
Pulis fakes it. He's looking deep. He's got Radigan out there. And he's in.
That
Good ball by Aiden Police.
That sure was. That was a perfectly thrown ball.
Yes, it was. 59-yard touchdown pass there by Aiden Police. Nice job by Ben Radigan running underneath it and making a play on it.
That was a really cool play. Good protection up front, like we always are sure to mention, because that took time to develop. Good throw, good catch. And then he had to do a little work to get in the end zone because the defender was pretty close to him.
It's going to be Kwiatkowski on for this attempt. And we've got an illegal substitution. Too many Hornets on the field right now.
Well, I think some of that you'll have some of that when you're subbing in maybe some different guys that are not typically maybe a part of that group.
Yeah, so you've got the 1 through 4 gets the buys. So the 8 plays the 9, 7, 10, 6, 11, and 5, 12 all play each other.
All at the home of the better seed.
Correct.
The higher seed.
And then those, the winner of the 8-9 game plays the 1, the winner of the 7-10 plays the 2, the winner of the 6-12 or 6-11 plays the 3, and the winner of the 5-12 plays the 4, all at those higher seed home stadiums.
And then you get to the regionals and you're left with 4 teams, of which 4 plays at 1, 3 plays at 2.
Correct.
And again,
if everything goes to chalk, correct.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, the highest of the 4 remaining teams,
the
lowest would play the highest,
correct.
Right, and the third would play the second.
Right.
And then again, if it plays out how we think it might, it would look like Highland hosting Olmsted Falls. I know you're a coach. You hate to get ahead of things.
Sure.
But if it did, I'm just throwing this out as a non-coach, and it would look like Avon having to come to Wadsworth. But again, a lot of stuff could happen tonight,
Right.
and we'll keep an eye on maybe that Avon Lake Berea Mid-Park game. But it's fun for us to talk about it. I bet you, though, that Coach Gibbons hasn't spent a ton of time worried about it because it's something that we can't control.
Yeah, you can't control it. You got to prepare for what you're doing tonight, and then you're going to get a bye next week, whether you're the 1, 2, or 3 seed. You're going to get a bye. So they got a week to figure that type of stuff out, and then I'm sure that there'll be a big contingent of that staff that's going and scouting next Friday night. That game that we'll be playing. I imagine they even want to be on site for that.
Including yourself. I could see you going out.
I'd probably make a trip somewhere if it's reasonable. But it's kind of a fun little wrinkle. I do think it's going to be interesting to see how do you handle a bye week as a coaching staff.
We haven't had that.
We kind of did this year, but we didn't think we were going to have one up until Wednesday. And then it turned into a bye week. But I wouldn't be surprised if he gives the boys a couple days off. They'll probably come in and watch film tomorrow and then nothing Sunday. I wouldn't be surprised if he gives them Monday. And then they start doing a little self-scout week, working on the things that they need to work on. He's going to roll right. He's going back in the wrong direction, and that ball's going to be intercepted. And down at the 1-yard line. And that's Nate Painter, sophomore, coming up with an interception.
Toto was under tremendous pressure.
Yeah.
And he tried to drop it off to the running back, and Painter almost took that back to the house down to the 3-yard line.
So it's still Police. He's going to give it off to Frankie Ianagi, and he is in. We've got a flag down. Looks like a holding. Yeah, so that'll be a 10-yard penalty. Back the Hornets up to about the 13-yard line. And Police on a keep. And he's brought down by, look like Edward Scarver, number 50.
And maybe Captain Nick Campbell, senior linebacker. It was a hard run by Police.
Yeah, nice pickup of about 4.
Some of that back inside the 10.
Second and goal from the 9-yard line, 8-yard line. I guess he picked up about 6 on that. All right, Najee in the backfield. Going to give it to Frankie. Working that inside zone. Like maybe Cyrus Fortman on that tackle for the Black Tigers.
See what the Hornets do on third and goal here.
And he's going to be drugged down from behind. That was
that Deep Pompey?
Yes, DePompey, yes.
Yeah.
So,
get another field goal
another
here.
field goal attempt. It's going to be Kwiatkowski again. A different holder in the ball game. I believe that's Jake Weber. The kick is up and good. Yeah, Jake Weber on the hold there.
Well, that's a good idea, right, to grab another holder in there.
Yeah, yeah, you're going to be needing to do that next year as well.
Remember last year, didn't we see we needed a new snapper?
Yes.
Was that Dan Miller was out?
Dan, yes.
So somebody had to come in. You never know. Those are key pieces.
Right. Yeah, so minute 16 left, 55-0. Hornets will be kicking away.
One of those games that we were keeping an eye on over in Medina. Medina had a 30-8 lead on Lorraine, and now it's 30-22.
Oh, wow, getting interesting over.
And they're both on paper, they're both 2-7 teams, but Medina's at home. Medina has an opportunity to actually make the playoffs due to some forfeit type things that were ruled, I believe, last week.
Yeah, we could talk about that a little bit too. That was interesting that the OHSAA came out and announced that all games that had originally gone as no contests, they changed them to forfeits, which really affected a lot. And
it affected Highland too in the one game.
It did, yes. Actually, that was ruled a forfeit almost right away.
Okay.
But, my alma mater took a hit at Norton as that ball is going to be caught inside the 5. Going to run a little reverse.
The Tuttle. Well covered.
Yep. Hornets did a nice job sniffing that out. Still only get it out to about the 15.
So you got a 2-7 Medina who has new life then because of that situation and that ruling, correct?
Right. So it did that to a team like Medina. But then, like I was going to say, like at Norton, they took a no contest. It was like week 2 or week 3. They had an infection going around. I believe it was hand, foot, mouth.
Oh.
And so they were advised not to play that game. Well, they had been sitting at the 1 seed all year long in their region, and that forfeit dropped them all the way to a 3 seed, which, you know, that significantly changes, you know, where you're at, and, you know, home field advantage in that semifinal game and everything that goes with it. So going to try a little jet sweep again. That's number 5, Jordan Saunders.
That was brought on by number 23, it looked like. Is that Mac O'Neill?
Mac O'Neill, another sophomore.
Good play there by the sophomore.
Yes, that was an interesting ruling by the OHSAA, and to do it in the middle of week 10. I mean, that all came out on like Tuesday or Wednesday this week, and that really, it really changes a lot. It just seems, you know, sometimes you got to wonder about
a last-minute ruling like that. You know,
I mean, it's
wonder.
week 10. These guys are getting ready to play a week 10 game, and they've got, you know, they've got things lined up the way that they want them lined up, and they've been, you know, and then all of a sudden they throw this in. And, I mean, you know, for Medina, that's a great thing. You know, they got a chance at, you know, a legitimate shot to play another week, which is huge for those kids. But I'm sure it affected, I haven't looked at it across the state, but I'm sure it affected a lot of teams in a very negative way that thought they were sitting in a good spot. And just an interesting way of handling that situation. Sometimes it's like, you know, let's wait till the off season. Let's have a meeting. Hey, moving forward, if you can't play a game that's been contracted, it's got to go as a forfeit.
Good play by the corner out there. I couldn't see who that
number
was.
Number 19. That's Owen Zielinski, the third of the Zielinski trio.
When in doubt, just say a Zielinski.
Yeah, right.
You might be right.
Well, his brothers have both had great seasons, and I think Owen's got a bright future coming next year as well. All 3 safeties and corners, and doing a nice job inside the program.
This game's moving quick here with the running clock. 11 minutes left in the 4th quarter.
Nice hole that time, but Hornets do cut him off.
He's close to that first down marker, maybe a yard short, a couple yards short. They're going to see if they can pick this first down up.
Got a 4th and 2.5 maybe. Put a big guy in the backfield. That's number 54. But does he get there is the question.
I think he got enough.
That's Vincent Lambus, the senior captain, making a play to move the chains for the Black Tigers.
Give the big man a run, and he ran hard and picked up one of the maybe the first down of the game, I think. Yeah, it was the first, but
I wouldn't be surprised if that's Vincent's first time he's ever had hands on a football during a game.
He'll remember that his whole life.
And he probably been telling his coach his entire career, like, hey, just hand me the ball. I'll get you a first down.
I told you, Coach.
Yeah, he's on the sideline right now. Hey.
Should have been doing this all year. Hey, but one more time, we want to thank Amanda Fall. Really, we say her name a lot, so sometimes it's easy to, take her for granted. We don't want to do that. She's right here in our community, based here, has a heart for our district, and also, Jay and I can tell you the amount of times that we get people saying that they're tuning in from all over the country and all over the state, and grandparents and family members and friends that never got to watch games up until these last few years, you know. I never
Right.
got to, if you couldn't come to the game, you couldn't watch. And now, because of what our sponsors do for us and Amanda and her team, it really enables thousands of people to watch these games every year. Yeah, I mean, there's always 1,500 viewers, you know.
Straight drop. He's going to step up, trying to work that sideline before he's forced out. Got Gavin Olson over there to force him out of bounds, the junior. He's going to bring up 2nd and 12. My brother just called me, so obviously he's not watching. He's not one of those. That snap is over the head. And
well, just to specify, Rusty's not watching, but I bet Rick is.
Yeah, I bet Rick is.
We hope you are, at least, Rick. You better be.
So another snap over Tuttle's head. Is going to bring up third and
about 40. Not sure what play you call here, but probably something safe within Tuttle's hands.
He's going to go a short roll. And that's going to fall incomplete.
Good coverage there by, what was that, 29? Or you got the binoculars. I thought I saw 29, which would be Colton Winston, but maybe not.
Yeah, Colton is not out there. And I had 45, but that is not on our roster.
Well, you know what's cool, too, about this program is speaking of taking things for granted, but deep runs in the playoffs have become commonplace, right? Where here I am already looking ahead, you know, to a regional semifinal.
Right.
I shouldn't do that, but it's like that's what we've been accustomed to really lately is it's easy to start going down that track of, well, this team is dominant and this team does things the right way, and we've every year seemingly we're deep in them playoffs.
Right. I mean, you know, a couple losses in the regional, a couple years in a row to Toledo Central Catholic, and then a couple years in a row where we ran into Avon. And you know, the next step's getting over that hump. You know, get yourself in a state semifinal, and and at that point, you know, at that point it's anybody's ball game. So. So that is given off to, that's Levi Clark, the freshman. He's wearing number 30 tonight.
And then with the new junior quarterback in, huh?
Is that Johnny Pouchet in there?
That is Johnny Pouchet.
Okay.
6 foot, 170-pound junior.
Johnny, another good athlete, going to be fighting for a starting role next year. He's also been playing some corner on defense, done a nice job. Pouchet's going to keep this one.
Now here's a question, Coach. With Pasture and with what is ITEL, when will we, you don't, typically you would have to wait until like Tuesday to see the computer rankings and how they break out. But with these guys, you may be able to look as early as tonight.
This evening things will be changing on these websites, definitely. And I think the state stuff is going to be coming, like they won't wait till Tuesday because those teams got a game plan. So that'll, I think typically it's officially released by the state sometime Sunday morning.
Sunday? But
because there are some Saturday games. So that's Levi Clark off the left side. He's got a hole. Tell you what, that young man had a nice season on the freshman team this year and battled a bit of an ankle injury, but really solid runner.
Good to see some of your freshman guys out here on Friday night, huh?
I kind of get excited. I also kind of want to yell at people when I see them out, you know. That's what I normally doing. No, Levi's a good kid. Did a nice job.
Good play there by Mason Maxwell, another sophomore.
I believe that was. Is that Cooper Zielinski on the carry? That doesn't make sense. You know what?
45,
That
not
might be another
15.
one of my freshmen who are not on the roster. That could well have been Leo Rizzo. Looks like Clark is back in the backfield this time. I'm gonna go Q sweep.
Johnny Pouchet.
Nice carry off the
Yeah,
left
it
side.
was.
Gonna pick up about 8, maybe 9.
He looked quick there.
Good athlete. Good for these guys to get some reps. Get the heart racing a little bit.
Absolutely.
And we have a delay of game.
Well, what you have is kind of a tale of the beginning and ending. We saw at the beginning here the ending of the seniors' seasons, right, of their careers kind of winding down. And then you have these freshmen and sophomores that are just kind of coming in and starting off their high school career, right? Both. And that's how life works. That's how it goes. And it goes by quick. You know, you heard some of those seniors talk about it tonight as their kind of couple sentences that each one of them wrote, and a lot of them said, and as us old guys know a lot, life goes by quick, and your high school career goes by quick. Make the most of it was some of their advice to us.
Pouchet back to pass.
Ooh, that was a good play for a touchdown. Who was that?
39, also not on the roster.
Maybe another one of your freshmen. I'll tell you, he high-pointed that ball.
That is Grayson Heldreth, another freshman.
That was good coverage, and he picked that ball right off of the defender's helmet and took it to the house.
So he had a great catch last night on a post route. Had about a 50-yard touchdown last night in our ball game. That's a young man, another bright future for him. Tall. He's got the length. He can run, and we just saw there he's got strong hands. Go up and high point that.
He looked like Dubkowski on that one, man. That was a cool way to end this game, or basically end it. Minute left to go. Now, Coach, as we're moving forward, if we're lucky enough, we're going to have a couple more games to announce. I mean, next week's the bye. But then when you look forward to November 7th, we're going to be back here.
Correct.
Wherever seed we fall in.
Correct.
Hosting a 6, 7, 8 seed or type thing like that, or whatever, however it works out.
I think we're pretty much guaranteed at this point that we're going to have 2 home games. We're going to be the 1 or the 2. So obviously you got to get by the first one, but we're going to host.
So we'll be back the 7th and the 14th then, hopefully, right?
Yes, correct.
More football is good.
More football, and playoff football is the best.
Football is the best.
There's a chance that second game is going to be a real deal game. That's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Maybe one of the most fun games we've ever got to announce together.
You might see a crowd here unlike anything that we've seen since maybe the night that this place opened up about 10 years ago. That is kicked away into the end zone. It was Kuzma.
Well, as long as the key piece is going to be as long as our production team is here for both of those games. Have we talked about the team?
There they are.
Here we go. Bree's doing it all again tonight with the director and the producer. And then you have Brian being the hero, as usual, on the hero cam.
I like how he puts him as the hero cam where he actually does like all of this.
Right, and then we didn't get to the who else was on there? And we didn't get to Luke. Luke's down on the field cam, and then what about Andrew?
Andrew doesn't even put himself on there.
He's a humble man.
We'll just have to put him on camera.
Yeah.
It's going to be a Q keep up the middle. He's going to be.
Andrew does it all for us here. There he is.
Joey O'Reilly. There's Andrew.
There's Andrew. He's too busy to look up to the camera.
Can't type his own name in the graphics.
And that's going to be the ball game.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if we'll be able to get a couple of scores before we go off of the air here.
Let's check that Avon Lake. Still 24-21 according to my sources.
So one game is going in the way that maybe we wanted, and the other one appears to be 30-22. Medina is winning, according to what I'm seeing, which was not the way we wanted it to go. But again, that's all going to shake out probably sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I would honestly. I think most of the teams in our region are playing tonight. So I would if you're into this and you want to pay attention, check out Joe Itel, check out Fantastic 50, Drew Pastor's website, and they'll be updating this stuff very quickly. So we'll get an idea of where we land probably sometime this evening. So, all of that being said, good night for the Hornets. Always awesome to celebrate the seniors. Cuyahoga Falls season comes to an end, but these Hornets still have important football to play. So,
well, it's sure been another fun regular season together.
Yes,
with this team and with this production team, with you, with this football team, and all that goes with it. And thankfully, we're not done yet.
We're not done yet. We get to say farewell to the Suburban League American Conference with a conference title, which is always a good thing. That's one of the first goals for Coach Gibbons. That mission one accomplished. Now we move on to the next. So good stuff out of this group. So we will see everybody
in a couple
2 weeks from tonight.
We'll be here.
And have a good night.
All right, thank you.